A warm welcome from Amsterdam, and thanks for tuning in to a new episode of Game Consultant. Your host of today is Reinout.
It is Sunday, March 8th, and thank you for listening and tuning in to Game Consultant, episode number 8. First of all, the topics of today. Margaret, Games for Change Accelerator. She is explaining what this accelerator is doing, what are they looking for, and how do they operate. Carlos is diving into LATAM America for me and came back with interesting gaming companies, IPs, demographics, and so much more. Startup in Games item, today we actually have Musicplode with their app Beat the Intro. My companies to watch list, GamerSafer, Games to Win, and Lightneer. Before we start with the regular episode today, a few things I just wanted to mention. First of all, I always address people by their first name. If you want to have more intel about the person itself, you can always go to my site. I have a complete transcript, the interview, so the questions, the answers, link to their LinkedIn and or to their website. So you can always look back and get in contact with that person. Having said that, I also got questions from people, when are you starting to do the interviews? It's something I'm getting to. And the next couple of weeks, I am prepping interviews that I will record. And then during the episode, you can listen to it. I think it's more engaging. I know I agree with everyone. But as you know, a podcast is quite time consuming. You always need to do some homework, need to find the interesting companies, the right topics. And as I said, I really like to use my network and experience to share and inspire people within and around the gaming industry. So keep an eye open for that. And then lastly, on a more serious note, we all know that this coronavirus is spreading, and it's spreading fast. Today, the news in Italy is that over 60 million people have been put in quarantine because of their potential virus that they contain. It also has reached Holland, and I'm located in the Amsterdam surrounding. It's there. It's more in the southern part of Holland, but also European countries around us are being infected. It's going to take time, and in the news after this, you will hear more about the events that have been cancelled. But I just want to say something on a personal note to whoever is listening right now. It's a shame that our events have been cancelled, but I completely understand. I would have loved to catch up with many of you, have a drink, have a talk, and do some business. But in these times, I think our health is more important. So let's hope this flies over quickly and the summer will treat us well. And then after the summer, there are many events. For me, one of the first will be Gamescom in Cologne. And hopefully you're there. And if you're there, just reach out to me and we can have a drink and talk. But most importantly, I want to say to everyone out there, stay safe, and keep healthy. And hopefully we see each other soon. So the latest news, it's Corona all over, as I was just saying. And let me start with some news that I actually got overnight, but I think most of the people already know, and that is that TwitchCon in Amsterdam has also been cancelled. And we have been monitoring coronavirus concerns and having weighted the potential health risk to our community. We've made the incredible, difficult decision to cancel TwitchCon Amsterdam. Lots of fans weren't too happy about it. They bought tickets, hotels, and the company has basically said that they will refund everything if you booked through the Twitch block. So that was actually one event that cancelled. But there is more coronavirus or coronavirus news. The list of cancelled events is growing, also in esports. And Esports Insider actually had a nice article. I have that on my blog. Activision Blizzard has forced to cancel Overwatch League, and some of the teams, they're flying back. Asian teams that are flying back to Los Angeles. So other competitions are also opting. So stay tuned for more news. I also got news on Pocket Gamer Connect. They announced that their first entire online event for April 6th to 10th, called PGC Digital, with streamed presentations, talks, and brand new virtual videos audio meeting system. So same for there. I have the link online. Then another item, and that it's not only the people that buy tickets, it's also the industry itself. And I read an article where they say the economic cost of major tech events has passed the 1 billion. Some of the industry's biggest events have been postponed, moved online, or cancelled altogether. The direct economic loss from the cancellation from 9 major tech conferences, including Google I/O, Facebook's F8 event, Mobile World Congress, and now SXSW over the coronavirus, has already surpassed 1 billion. The Game Development Conference, 30,000 people that normally would attend that event, was also scheduled for March, but has been postponed. This could occur 129 million in losses. Google I/O, 5,000 people. They have a direct loss estimate of nearly 20 million. These are just the financials. This goes beyond our health. But I think all in all, as I just said, it's a wise decision of these companies to delay, postpone the events for now. Other news. GamesIndustry.biz. Well, first of all, they came out with the news that the Austin conference, SXSW, has been cancelled. Same for TwitchCon. But also Platinum Games, they raised over $2.2 million for Wonderful 101 Remastered. The Kickstarter campaign did actually close way above the 50,000K goal. Esports Players League is raising $1 million in seed rounds. And actually it was 500 startups that led the investment in the amateur-focused esports firm. PocketGamer.biz. Voodoo saw the most downloads of any game company worldwide in February 2020. They're on a roll. There are also more red flags for E3 220 as creative director IM8bit resigns. And Game On Technology raises $10.5 million for the Chat iOS platform. GamesBeat had other news. Take-Two boss explains company's plan to increase game output. I have the article on my site, and it is a diversity, so more games, so quite interesting to read. Unreal Light AR glasses adds Clay AER hand tracking, and they hint on 5G gaming. One of the items I'm prepping in a month or so. What is exactly 5G gaming? And then further news. As you already know, Epic cancels Unreal Fest Europe. Games First London 220 and Google I/O are cancelled. Tilting Point buys Star Trek Timeless from Disruptor Bean. Zynga faces a class action lawsuit over a data breach, and Phoenix Games has acquired live ops specialist studio Firefly for what we know so far, an undisclosed sum of money. On a daily basis, I'm getting pitch decks, and one that actually I did find very interesting came from Patrice, and Patrice was introducing a company, Musicplode, and they have an app, and that's called Beat the Intro. I have the investment deck in front of me, and it's a music-based gamification platform. Interesting. I always have looked at ways to connect gaming and music, and this one I actually find extremely interesting. So, Beat the Intro by Musicplode Media is a community-based gamification platform articulated around fan engagement and music discovery. The game is currently gaining momentum across different distribution platforms, artists, and users. Very interesting. And so I reached out to Patrice, and obviously I did ask him, like, hey, can you describe? Which I just did. And I also wanted to know how long the company is existing. Well, originally the idea is of Kevin Deacon, if I say it right. He's a London media executive. And the idea came through him inviting some friends for a weekend. And apparently it was heavy raining. Never good. So friends started to put in CDs and they tried to identify the songs and artists ASAP. As a result of that, Kevin produced 500,000 DVDs, which sold out rapidly. In 2018, Kevin signed contracts with all music labels to have their music snippets available on his new game for phones, tablets, Alexa, and in-flight entertainment system. That's interesting because a while ago I had an item from Gregory, Good World Games, and that's their focus. People that travel and play games. So I should actually introduce them. Note to myself. Since then, Beat the Intro has been awarded Skill of the Year on Alexa in the US in 2018, in the UK in 2019, and has been promoted as Game of the Day on iOS a few times. So the company is now raising funding to expand the game to a music discovery-based gamification platform and launch a big data-oriented business model and finally apply a commercial model and marketing strategy. The target audience, of course, music enthusiasts owning a smartphone or an Alexa device of all ages everywhere. So a broad target audience, I would say. As for the gameplay, players listen to a short snippets of music and have to identify the artist and song amongst 3 choices in the fastest possible time. The game offers a solo gameplay as well as a challenge a friend gameplay and will soon offer a team play, so you can actually play it at home. So I basically always say, if I forget something, just add it. Beat the Intro has received a lot of interest for brand partnerships and has already released a Carling version played across festivals in the UK. We are in talk with several brands to launch white label versions, as well as a heavy metal version to address demands from dedicated fans with very few offerings on the market. As I said, I like the concept. I know that they're racing, and I'm scrolling now through their pitch deck. Reasons to invest. They have a grant in Luxembourg. So whoever invests, Luxembourg is matching it. Fully trademarked globally, fully licensed and supported by the music industry. So I think pretty much good to go.